Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most blatant movie prop fails that somehow managed to make it into the final cut.
Where do they do have to go?
Number 10. Fake license plate falls off. Goodfellas. Martin Scorsese's gangster masterpiece, Goodfellas, remains one of the most iconic films of its genre, but even cinema classics aren't immune from mistakes.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? I make you laugh?
Since Goodfellas is set in New York, all the cars in the film needed authentic-looking license plates from that state. However, in the tense scene where Karen Hill flees from Jimmy Conway, suspecting he's about to kill her, eagle-eyed viewers might notice a slip-up.
Take this for now. It's a couple thousand.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Don't worry, everything's okay. Listen, I got some beautiful Dior dresses. You want to have them? Pick out a few for yourself.
One car's fake New York license plate falls off, revealing a second one underneath. If you're watching this film on a streaming platform, you might miss the error, as newer releases have quietly edited it out.
I'll come back later.
However, it remains visible in the original cuts. Number 9. Melted cake frosting. Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams was an incredibly gifted actor who knew how to adapt to any situation on set. In this scene from the 1993 classic Mrs. Doubtfire, Daniel Hillard finds himself in a pickle when the social worker, Mrs. Sellner, drops by.
Miss Hillard?
Yes, dear?
I take sugar in my tea.
Oh, your tea! Oh, tea right there in your tea!
With his Doubtfire mask blown out the window, Daniel quickly improvises by sticking his face in a cake. But it wasn't just the character who had to improvise.
Hello! Ah! Oh, I'm sorry to frighten you, dear. I must look like a yeti in this getup.
Apparently, the cake frosting dripping into the tea wasn't in the original script. The hot lights on set had melted the icing off Williams's face, creating the unintended gag. However, the actor rolled with it, ad-libbing his lines and leaving the filmmakers no option but to keep the moment in the film.
Oh, there you go. You've got your cream and your sugar now. It's a little cappuccino. One drop or two. Would you like another one? Oh, there you go.
Number 8. A fiery exit. The Wizard of Oz.
I felt just something warmth on my face. And then there were some droppings, things burning, and I thought, what in the world is that? I had a wonderful young man, Jack Young, who really saved my life.
This classic musical comedy is often hailed as one of the greatest films of all time, but for the cast and crew, making it was far from magical. In addition to rumors that Judy Garland endured harsh treatment from the studio, actress Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West, also nearly lost her life during production.
And finally he got through, and he said, oh, I know it's been awful, honey, but I'll tell you about it. Right now I want you to know that there's copper in that makeup, and if I didn't get that off, it would have gone on eating into your face.
In one scene, the witch was supposed to make a dramatic exit, filled with fire and smoke, which you can still see in the movie. However, on the second take, the flames ignited prematurely, setting Hamilton's flammable green face makeup ablaze.
It's all right, you can get up, she's gone.
The actress suffered second and third degree burns to her face and had to spend 6 weeks recovering before returning to complete her scenes. Number 7. Loud crash and a laugh. It's a Wonderful Life. The 1946 holiday classic It's a Wonderful Life is filled with heartwarming moments that have helped cement its timeless appeal. Yet one of its funniest scenes wasn't even scripted.
Maybe I better go home. Where's my hat? Where's my hat? Oh, thank you, George.
When Uncle Billy drunkenly stumbles away from George Bailey's home, a loud crash is heard off-screen, suggesting that he has collided with some trash cans. He then yells that he's all right, but the crash wasn't planned.
I'm all right. I'm all right. The sweetest flower.
It reportedly happened when a stagehand accidentally dropped a tray of props. Thomas Mitchell, who played Uncle Billy, then improvised the line, which made James Stewart laugh. Director Frank Capra loved the unscripted moment so much that he kept it in the final cut, and even rewarded the stagehand with a $10 bonus for improving the sound.
There she blows.
You know what the three most exciting sounds in the world are?
Uh-huh. Breakfast is served, lunch is served, dinner...
No.
Number 6. Terry crashes his scooter. American Graffiti.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
4 years before creating the Star Wars franchise, George Lucas directed American Graffiti, a coming-of-age film that catapulted him into the spotlight. The movie opens with a bang, introducing Terry Fields, who arrives at a diner on a Vespa scooter only to crash it into a trash can while trying to park. This moment was apparently unscripted, as actor Charles Martin Smith actually lost control of the scooter, and his reaction to the crash was totally genuine. Instead of yelling cut, Lucas kept the cameras rolling, recognizing that the flub was a perfect introduction for the character.
I can't believe it. I don't know what to say. I'll love and protect this car until death do us part. This is a super fine machine.
More than 50 years later, that decision still holds up. Number 5. Star-Lord drops the orb. Guardians of the Galaxy. This Marvel superhero flick kicks off with Star-Lord swiping an orb from the abandoned planet Morag. Since the rest of the movie largely revolves around this mysterious object, it's crystal clear that it is of great significance.
Drop it.
Hey.
Drop it now!
Hey, cool, man. No problem at all.
This makes it all the more hilarious when Star-Lord accidentally drops the orb while presenting it to Tavon the Collector. You'd think a big-budget blockbuster like this would have every moment planned to perfection, but this one wasn't even in the script.
Let us see what you brought.
The orb prop apparently slipped right out of Chris Pratt's hand, but thankfully he caught it before it could trigger intergalactic chaos. Director James Gunn decided to include the moment in the final cut, and we couldn't be more grateful that he did.
These carriers can use this stone to mow down entire civilizations like wheat in a field.
There's a little pee coming out of me right now.
Number 4. Tablecloth trick. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. When you're dealing with a comedy legend like Jim Carrey, you never know what to expect. The script for How the Grinch Stole Christmas was already packed with hilarious lines, but Carrey elevated things even further with his improvisations.
5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again.
In this scene, the actor was supposed to yank a tablecloth and send everything crashing to the floor. However, Carrey accidentally nailed the trick, leaving all the dishes perfectly intact.
What would I wear?
Rather than reshoot the scene, Carrey thought of a way to make it better on the spot. He dashed back into frame, swept everything off the table, and even flipped it for good measure. Just goes to show that some of the best ideas come in the heat of the moment. Number 3. The Falling Mop. Doctor Strange. In the world of Doctor Strange, characters effortlessly travel through portals, so it's easy to get surprised by an unexpected appearance. For actress Rachel McAdams, however, no magical teleportation was needed to catch her off guard. All it took was a mop. After her character bids farewell to Doctor Strange as he disappears into a portal, McAdams turns around only to be startled when a mop suddenly falls to the floor behind her. If her scream sounded a little too real, that's because it absolutely was.
I don't understand what's happening.
I know.
The mop's fall was unplanned, and McAdams, who was already on edge from filming the intense scene, nearly jumped out of her skin. The unscripted scare was so perfect, it made it into the final cut. Number 2. Stiff Batsuit. Batman.
Get in the car.
In the 1989 Batman film, Michael Keaton played the titular superhero with a darker, more brooding demeanor, and that was largely due to his physicality. Throughout the film, whenever Batman needed to look behind him, he would turn his entire body around.
It can be true. news that I have a bat in my belfry.
It may come as a surprise to some that this was not an intentional creative choice, but a result of the limitations brought on by the bat suit. The design of the costume was so stiff that it prevented Keaton from moving his head around.
How did you figure this out?
Take that to the press.
Later versions of the costume seemed to have fixed this glaring issue, but fans will always remember the menacing, if unintentionally hilarious, bat turn.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Spurting Water Fountain. Austin Powers in Goldmember. If there's one franchise where you can expect a steady stream of mishaps and improvisations, it's the Austin Powers series.
おい、ちょっとこっち来いよ。あのバカ、どこにおしっこしてんだよ。
The third installment, Goldmember, certainly stays true to form. While at Robato's factory, Austin accidentally unplugs a water fountain, then quickly hides behind it and lets out a stream of urine to mimic the water spraying out.
もしもし。はい。
However, during filming, the machine used to generate the liquid malfunctioned and began spurting the water erratically. The filmmakers found this much funnier than a steady stream and decided to include it in the movie, allowing actor Mike Myers to just run wild with it. And just like that, this hilarious scene was born. Which of these on-set mishaps did you find the most hilarious? Let us know in the comments.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.